once you've built a house which has got better insulation, lower thermal bridging, good windows, the required heating demand for that house is going to be a lot less. So in the long run, it's actually going to save the client a lot more money in reduced energy bills.
I think one of the misconceptions there are with building a high performance home is the cost. But you've got to look at it again as a holistic approach. It may cost you more in the outset, like a balanced ventilation system or insulating your foundation, which has become more normal now anyway with the new H1 upgrades, high performance windows, all that sort of stuff. But if you break it down, it may cost you another couple of grand to insulate your foundation properly. Balanced ventilation systems could start anywhere from $3,000 upwards. Obviously, the more better quality you go, the more you pay. Windows, some of the imported windows from Europe are very cost comparative to the triple glazed European windows are more cost comparative than the thermally broken aluminium ones. Obviously, all still fit for purpose. Better insulation doesn't cost a hell of a lot more, but then you add all that up, it might add 20 to 30K onto the build. But what is your health worth? Your kids going to the doctor every 5 minutes because you're in your new code minimum home, you've got black mold forming on your walls. It's just not good.
But we have to make it sort of affordable. We have to find ways that people who might not have the big budget available, that they still live in good houses. And we can do that by just telling them, start here, maybe think about reducing the size of the house. Do you really need the third bedroom if you are just two people? Maybe reduce that or take that bedroom away and put that money into quality, into better materials, into air tightness, into heat recovery ventilation system, because on the long run, those things will reduce the running costs. You might pay a little bit more now, but over the time, you will get it back.
If you're building a super home or a high performance home, yes, it costs a little bit more up front. I don't think anyone is going to tell you that it's not going to cost any more than the standard off-the-shelf spec build. But it's an investment for the next 15, 20, 25 years. And if that's the type of home that you're going to be in for the next 15 or 20 years, then that investment pays itself back, not only in things like heat recovery, but in your health. And then in less energy use as well. So there's lots of benefits to building those homes that you're going to be in for a long period of time.
We sort of kind of worked out with the majority of people that come to see us that we're hitting a really good price point where people are getting a lot of bang for their buck. They're getting the better air tightness, they're getting the better insulation, they're getting the lower running costs, they're getting better durability in terms of resilience for earthquake and those sorts of things. And we can prove to them that the capital costs they make on that is going to be an immediate return on the energy efficiency and health of their house.
That's what you call a high performance home. That's why you have a super home, because we're not losing the energy that we're creating in the home. We're not having the intrusion of cold coming into the home because it's a high performance home, and so your net cost is lower. It might have cost a little bit more to build, but at the end of the day it costs less to run and is more comfortable and more healthy. It makes sense.
Because we produce what I believe is the healthiest home, there's these ongoing costs that people don't see behind the fact. There's less chance of asthma, there's less medical bills coming through, there's a massive impact from there. Just with Superhome, by building within all these 10 parameters that they've set, the cost of your day-to-day running comes down. So, when people talk costs and you walk out there and you say it's a square meter cost, that needs to be taken away. And you need to add what I like to term as a cost of life. It's a cost of ownership.
Love a house. But have you ever thought about how much it costs to operate on that weekly, monthly basis? And if you can get a house that is cheap to operate, especially as you go into your retirement years, that if we can help you get to that point where saying, actually, I've got this house, I've invested in it, and I don't pay anything per month, you're onto a winner.
you.